No, another solid performance from my part. I served again, worked really well today after that opponent game. Yes, I had many chances to get back in the first set. I didn't, so I just needed to accept that, work my way into the match. But I had always the belief that I could find a way, that I was going to be able to get myself into this match, and my belief was really high today. So I'm happy with how I handled myself, with my attitude, and to be able to bounce back really well in the second set, to win a tough third set after having those set points on my racket. Again, staying focused, staying positive helped me today to get through this match.
Very good. Thank you. Questions, Matt?
Hey, Felix. Matt Federer from the New York Times. So this is your second straight Slam quarterfinal. People have been talking about you sort of getting to this point for a couple of years now in a way of, Felix is going to be winning Grand Slam soon. Does that get in your head, and how has that sort of affected you as you compete at this level and keep pushing yourself up?
Mm-hmm. Well, I think, last couple of years is maybe too much. I think just last year, really, 2019, I rose to the ranking. I had my breakthrough. I didn't have big results in slams. It was my first year playing all the Grand Slams. And then I felt like, yes, in 2020, making the round of 16s here for the first time, that helped my confidence. And then, this year, now my second week of a slam, I think, I'm more and more confident that I can be at this stage more often. And no, for sure, it hasn't, been either good or bad. The comments that have been made. I'm just trying to focus on what I have to do, on improving, and to put myself in these situations. But I've always had the belief, with the ups and downs, that I could and I deserve to be in that position I'm in today.
Felix, Dan Walken, USA Today. You mentioned your serve. Frances was in here a moment ago and complimented you on the way you served tonight. What have you done maybe the last couple of years to become more consistent with the serve and to maybe use it more as a weapon?
I always thought I had the qualities physically to have a good serve. With my height, with my power. But my rhythm, I think, has gone much better. My toss is more consistent. So there has been some work, technically done, especially in the last year when we had the break. I feel like I was able to use that time well to work on my serve. And then I felt like when I came back in 2020, yes, I was already serving pretty good before, but I felt like since then, my serve has been good and consistent. It's a work in progress. Nothing is guaranteed. The next match could be different. I have to accept it. But I do feel, my serve, my game is getting more and more consistent with the time.
Thank you. Congratulations, Felix. Liz Clark from the Washington Post. Thank you for being available. You obviously are so professional about the way you've gone about your improvement in your career. And I would understand if all your focus was on tennis. But just now, speaking to James Blake on ESPN, you had a very beautiful response when he asked the significance of that you felt of playing on Ash out there with Frances. Mm-hmm. And I just would love to hear more about your awareness of the influence you can have, as you're building your own career on young people. Could you tell us about that wish?
Thank you. Yeah, it's a great question. I think I'm not totally aware, yet, of maybe the impact that I have. Sometimes talking with my family, with my dad that owns an academy, he tells me, the kids watching and the impact that I can have. So it's really flattering. It's really good to feel that, of course I'm playing for myself, trying to achieve great things in the sport, but also having a good impact on others is the most gratifying thing. And I think Frances and I can be proud of ourselves for, stepping on that court today. We've come a long way. It's not like the road is clear from where he came from where I came from. It's a lot of work, a lot of sacrifice. So to have, I think also, new faces in tennis, on the stage. Of course, we're playing on Arthur Ashe Stadium. He was the pioneer, But now to have kids like Frances and I, stepping up and playing some good tennis, I really hope it inspires, and I hope it sends a good message to other young players or kids out there.
Any other question? Oh, go ahead.
Felix Auger-Aliassime, ESPN. Francis was just in here talking about how this tournament's had a lot of five-setters, and he said a lot of guys are foaming at the mouth. They realize that the draw is wide open with no Nadal, no Fed, and that guys are really super hungry. He used a lot of expletives actually to describe that, but do you notice the same thing? Do you feel the same thing? Do guys sense something here, a huge opportunity at this Open?
Yeah, I mean, coming in this U.S. Open, we knew it was going to be intense. We knew there was going to be a lot at stake. On one hand, we have Novak trying to achieve history, and we have guys that now have multiple Grand Slam finals with the likes of Medvedev, Zverev, Tsitsipas, who lost, but all these guys that are really hungry, and myself, to be in the big stage and to win these type of tournaments. So I do feel that, but at the same time, every player now is tough to beat. Everybody plays well. Francis is not seated here, but he deserves to be way higher. He plays well. All my matches were tough. My first round, you play matches, and sometimes it's a tussle. It's a fight, and you have to get through. But for sure, I think myself and all the other young players are hungry to do more, and to take the spot of the others.
Good. Last one in the room.
Have you had a chance to think yet about playing Alcaraz in the next round and what that is going to present to you, and maybe what it's going to present to him as an 18-year-old at this stage for the first time?
Yeah. Well, not much. What's good about Grand Slams is, you have a day to rest, to recover. So right now my mind is just about, enjoying the win from tonight, relaxing. And then, yes, of course, tomorrow I'll start thinking about how to prepare for the next match. Carlos is a great player, great person also, I think, and he deserves to be in that position. He's going to be at the top of the game, I think, for many years in the future. But I think, it's of course everything's a first for him this week. So it's not, for me, it's not like it's any different now. Okay, it's his first quarterfinal, but it was his first fourth round, third round, first U.S. Open. So I think he's playing good, and he'll keep playing well in this tournament. So I have to prepare myself for the best of him.
I'm going to take one question online, if you take a look over there. Lucas, you are live.
Hi, Felix. Lucas Weiss with USOpen.org. Congratulations on making it to the quarterfinals. You've mentioned belief, and I'm curious if you can just elaborate on just how you developed that belief and how that belief is maybe developed from some of the disappointing matches that you've had, and how that's prepared you to have success against some of the big players on tennis's biggest stages.
Well, yeah, I think the self-belief, at least. I think there's two things. There's the confidence that you get with the wins, and then there's the belief and the self-belief specifically. And I think that shouldn't change too much with the wins and the losses. I feel like you have to go back to training. You have to keep pushing and always keep that self-belief, because once it's gone, nobody's going to believe for you. And you really need to be deeply confident in yourself that you can do great things, and especially for my case in this sport. So yes, I've had tough losses this year. I had good wins, but at the same time, every week going back to training, going back to another tournament with the belief that I can do well and I can play good tennis.